JayCast.
3, 2, 1, go.
JayCast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to JayCast, where there's games, guests, and two guys with big headphones. How are you today, Yeti?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic. Not that we have already tried to record the beginning, and it just kind of biffed because, the world was ending, and they needed my immediate help because I am, truthfully, the superhero behind everything that occurs. So, when things are seem impossible, I'll be there. Don't quote me on that, though. Because if you're in China and you're getting bullied and you call for my name, I will not be there in 10 seconds. Trust me. I lost
You'd be
my
a superhero if you did.
I don't have
You'd be like SpongeBob.
I'm fine with it. I would have no problem being SpongeBob, to be honest with you. I mean, go to a job each day, live in a pineapple under the sea, have a friend who's musically
steady
talented.
Employment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that. If you really took SpongeBob and you made it a real life thing, it'd be very, very interesting. Let's see.
Or frightening.
Well, and it's funny because if SpongeBob, let's say he was in his 20s, that would be like a mental illness that he would act that. Well, especially for his voice and stuff, for to be that excited and optimistic about having such a low amount of pay by an over-demanding boss who basically is only there considering for money, 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 and more money, and only has one chain restaurant, which is weird that he never expanded to a different area, considering the fact that Squidward is his neighbor who hates him to death, and theoretically SpongeBob only has two friends in this situation.
Who are both his neighbors.
Yes, and... which is humorous, and his
There's theories
best friend,
that SpongeBob is 200 or something like that.
200 years old.
Yeah.
Who on earth comes up with that, and why would you? That doesn't even make any sense. So this is not a SpongeBob podcast. Let's talk about something else today. Today is going to be a lot of fun topics. Today we've got a lot of fun things to look at today. First of all, let's start with is that Twitch is going to be hosting its own convention coming up. Kanye West is making a video game, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to let me finish about that later on. And considering the fact that Steam will be making its own virtual reality set and be launching that at GDC 2015, we'll be talking a little bit about GDC 2015 this year. If you guys don't know what it is, we'll be explaining what it is as well. If we get bored, we might talk about Oscars, but we will definitely not be talking about the dress today. That was something that had occurred. I am talking about it, aren't I?
You are. We're not going to talk about this thing.
We're not going to talk about it. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Well, if you guys don't know and you are not a social media avid person and you just watch YouTube videos for your entire lifespan and only watch JayCast because that's really what you should be doing with your life, just saying. What was it, yesterday? 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? Yeah, it was 2 days ago. Sorry, we're recording this on Sunday, so this was on Friday. That basically... there was this dress that someone posted online, and it was at such a convenient amount of lighting. It wasn't even it wasn't even intentional from what I understand, but it was at such a lighting scenario that people saw either white and gold or black and blue. Now, Yeti, I'm not going to ask you what color that dress is because I don't care, and it's scientifically been proven as one color, and I'm just not going to care anymore. So, basically, everybody got in a huge controversy about this. This became a #1 trending topic in the entire world at one point, and it's interesting how so many people argued about it. And of course, everybody had to, make conspiracy theories and everything else. And it was funny how this was up for maybe 3 hours, and then there was already people quoting theories for it and doing scientific research on this. I mean, that was like the most productive and also the dumbest amount of social media work I've ever seen in my lifespan. Do you have any thoughts on what exactly happened 2 days ago, Mr. Hyrule?
I know exactly what happened 2 days ago.
Okay.
Basically, all that, except the two differences are that it's the way the mind perceives colors based
Yes.
on how shadows are portrayed behind them or in front of them.
Exactly.
And some people saw the dress in the picture as it's in a window, like some sort of blue lighting, as if in a window with a blue sky.
You saw the okay. We
And
saw
if
the
they
same
see
thing.
that,
Continue.
yeah, if they see that, they see white and gold. But
Yep.
if they look at the picture from a different perspective and they see it as there is a yellow lighting source somewhere, it looks like the yellow light is bouncing off of the colors on the dress, making it appear white and gold. So they actually see the real colors due to their mind, like
Yep.
processing the yellow lighting.
Yep. It's all about the different light scenarios. It's kind of like those. I like the example that I saw where it's a 3D cube and they focus on two different points, and because of the shadow, it actually correlated that one of them looked like a brownish, and when you remove the shadow, they both resulted into being the same color, which is a very, very logical description for it. I mean, it's crazy. First of all, how our eyes work in this aspect, that we can just make this distinction of certain colors. My background right now is blue. Your shirt is gray. I can see those things, and I assume that's what you see. I'm going to quote something from Rhett and Link from one of their songs that I think this was kind of cool, where I think it was Link that said this quote. It's in the song "I Am a Thoughtful Guy," and basically he talks about how if is my blue your blue, or do we see different hues? I made that rhyme because that was part of the song, but so it was kind of interesting to see. I like what he said about it because I can't tell you how perfect this blue is, and then you might not see the same color that I do. So it was really incidentally kind of cool to learn that, I guess, 2 days ago. But good grief, people, get a life.
It's just, it doesn't deserve that much attention.
I'm sorry.
It's just a dress.
When you #1 trend worldwide for one night, and that's all people talked about, I'm not kidding you. There were so many people that are like, we should stop talking about the dress. We should stop talking about the dress. And there's people like, no, we shouldn't stop talking about the dress. The Gabby Show, who is a Viner, she did a video for BuzzFeed, and people were getting in fights about this thing. And I'm like, what are you doing? What is your logic behind it? What is inspiring you right now to even do something that stupid? So, anyway, this is our cutoff. Okay, go ahead.
Little known fact: all white people are actually blue, and all black people are actually gold.
I like it. Okay, so here's the line. We're done talking about the dress. I am done. I've said what I needed to say. Some people that will watch this podcast, I'm sure, agree with me on this. And social media, step it up. Seriously, you are dumb. I mean, really. We need to get more intelligent, people. We need to get more intelligent. All right, enough ranting. Let's get on to today's topics and make actual sense of things. So, TwitchCon. Woo! Who's excited? Because I'm not going. I should, but I'm not.
When is it?
It is September 25th and 26th at the Moscone Convention Center in downtown San Francisco. As of right now, they have not released too many details of it. This has only been released off of their Twitch blog as of a couple days ago, so they haven't had any official news launched on it yet. But this is going to be the first ever TwitchCon, which basically they're bringing gamers, developers, live streamers, and all of that just together to, compare minds, seminars, panels, the usual, and have another excuse to spend a lot of money to go and see a bunch of random people. I'll be very curious. There's obviously, this is a developing thing. We'll probably talk about this in a couple weeks from now, or maybe a couple months. It'll definitely be way down the road, but when this develops, we'll have more details coming up on it. But basically, it's kind of cool to see. I lost my train of thought. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it'd be cool to see who's going to be showing up to that panel, to the live stream, to the whatever it's called.
The live Twitch live stream, the IRL Twitch live stream.
The IRL Twitch live stream. I like that. I like that. The IRL Twitch live stream. That is. I think that was incidental that you did that, but I think that works very well in this scenario. Twitch Con. That's gonna be awesome. So, Mr. Hyrule.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Kanye's got a video game that he is releasing. And give me 1 minute. You will not be able to hear it, but the rest of the audience will be able to. We're going to listen to from the Breakfast Club. The link in the description will be down below if you want to watch the full thing. But this is what Kanye West said about his video game. Listen carefully.
Generation. So right now I'm working on a video game for only one. And the idea is it's my mother going through the gates of heaven. Mm-hmm. And you got to bring her to the highest gates of heaven by holding her to the light. And, we've been working on it for like 6 months. Mm-hmm. So.
Is that why you kept the lights low at the Grammys? Because that was the first thing you performed that you thought you might break down?
So that's just basically the description for it. He's talking about making this video where, he's got to take his grandma, I believe, to the highest tops of his mom. Thank you. Sorry. His mom to the highest gates of heaven, which I think is really cool that he did that. I don't know yet, though. I think it's just because I don't expect a million things out of it. This is probably gonna be like one of those mobile games that it's a free download and it's got Kanye.
I think it's a really, really bad idea if he's using like his personal mother in the video game.
It depends how he does it, but Kanye is Kanye and he does a lot of weird things. So
I think he should do like a signifying thing or like a symbolism, not actually be like, you have to take Kanye's mom up to the heavens.
Okay, yeah, that would definitely be creepy, yes, can be. Well, like, she's already getting taken up, but you have to take her up higher, I guess, which... sure. Lay it on me, Kanye. After the Yeezus...
I wonder if it's going to be like a pixelated kind of game or like actual 3D graphics or what.
If he's been in development with this for 6 months, I feel like it's probably going to be like a 3D mobile game. That's really what I'm going to predict it's going to be. And I'm going to make a quick thing. Excuse my voice. I have had no voice over 3 days, and it's just not hurting, or it's just not doing anything. So if I sound like this and you guys hate me for it and my voice starts cracking, shut up. 1 and 2. Yeah, I know. So that's all I got to say. Yep, we're hurting our demographic of old grandparents. They're probably like, what?
Is that still a thing?
What? I told you that's never going down, man. Welcome to JayCast, where we have old grandpas watch our videos, and they love it. It's kind of like the Elders React thing that the Fine Brothers do. Okay, it was a loose comparison, but just follow with me here. No need to give me the look. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That look. Don't question me, sir. All right, so Kanye is gonna be amazing. Not. And I see you lost your glasses. This is a new site. I'm wearing glasses. You're not today. What?
I said, oh, and not joke.
You watch your mouth. All right, so Yeti.
Yes.
Have you ever wanted to look at your video games in your library in Steam in virtual reality?
Kinda.
Okay, now you can totally do that. Thank you for following into my trap. Steam Virtuality will be launched at GDC 2015. They'll be producing and showing their Steam machines and their virtual reality headsets. things, whatever you want to call them. They'll basically be launching and showing them off in their panel, which is going to be
So what?
pretty
It's like their own version of Oculus Rift.
Pretty much, yeah. Interestingly enough, I read something that LG was making their own also. Did you know that? No, sorry, not LG. HTC was making their own.
Oh yeah.
HTC's making their own. And I think Samsung is in development of one, from another rumor as well. It's weird. Because
That doesn't surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
don't-
Samsung came out with like a game console, because they're just kind of putting their fingers in every single aspect of media production's pot.
which is kind of dumb, and reason why they were in such a low profit margin as of recent actually. If you didn't read about that, like sales between Apple and Samsung were like high and low as crap. Yeah, it was. If I can find that article, I'll send it to you. But I remember reading something about that especially in the mobile phone industry, it was swept. Like nobody, like it was such a rare thing to see somebody not even have an iPhone. And it's weird how they've taken over that company. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. We're going to talk about virtual reality. It looks like it's pretty cool concept wise. It's kind of funny that they're also going to be launching the Steam Machine, which was launched in 2013, and there's been nothing other than they'll finally be showing the actual model for it. So we have something to look forward to.
You mean like the Steam box?
Yeah. Yeah. What?
I mean, I've
Right.
just never heard anybody call it a Steam machine.
Okay, you know what? I called it a Steam Machine, so shut your mouth. I'm not
I'm
kidding.
actually kind of excited for the Steam VR thing, because hopefully that will mean integration into like Steam games that are already out. So
that would be a huge momentum step.
I'm
if they
thinking
could do
about
that.
like first person VR Borderlands 2 or Skyrim.
Whew. That would be amazing. If I could play Skyrim in a virtual reality, wow,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
that'd be amazing. That is an extreme. That is a great imagination. Thank you.
We could both get one and play VR Lethal League.
Oh God. I'm gonna get motion sickness and will probably get a seizure in that game if I do that.
Oh, I can't believe we both just went there.
Good grief.
Or oh god, first person
No.
Saints Row the Third.
No. Okay, it was good when you mentioned Skyrim, but when you went to Lethal League and you went to Saints Row, you are digging your own grave, son. You are digging your own grave.
Let's go. Or first person Minecraft. Or
Okay.
Minecraft, even though Minecraft isn't Steam.
You need to realize that that's already a thing thanks to the HoloLens, right?
Oh yeah, but that's like Minecraft in your house. I'm talking about just a VR face thing.
Nah. And besides,
Okay,
it's Steam.
back to
It's,
Skyrim
and it's
then.
Steam. It's. Why are you talking about Mojang and Microsoft?
Okay, back to Skyrim.
Come on, Yeti. Gosh. You're a failure as a co-host. I'm kidding. We all love you here. Don't leave. or Dota 2.
I don't play Dota 2, so
Or
Mirror's Edge.
that's a good one too. I was thinking Payday 2. Actually.
I don't play Payday 2 either, so
Well, get a life. I mean, you've got a life already in other games, of course, but get a life in that game, and then you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. But anyway, it'll be really fun. Oh God, and Loadout.
I still have yet to play Loadout.
Oh, okay. We're gonna change that topic for that. We're not gonna think about Loadout. I was just my mind just made the don't. Never mind.
Should we talk about the whole
Rated R. Anyway.
Should we talk about the whole experiments they did with like the Oculus Rift showing like adult entertainment? on the Oculus Rift?
Oh, I don't know if that's appropriate for our podcast, but whatever. YOLO swag. Go ahead, tell me.
I mean, that's really it. They
Okay.
showed people like
Oh yeah. It's really creepy. I'm gonna put this as PG as possible. You see, kids, there's a
When
and there's
two
a
people, when
there's
two
a
people love
no
each
no no
other.
no no. This is how I do it. There's a and there's a and you put the in the and they showed that in the VR.
And apparently, even people who were like avid watchers of that kind of material were super grossed out because it was just
Well,
like,
yeah, because it's right. Okay.
it's right in their face.
Okay, we're gonna move on with this topic because I don't want to imagine because I literally just got done imagining what it's gonna be like in virtual reality loadout. If you don't know what that game is, don't look it up because now if you get that imagination of virtual reality in your mind, you will probably get scarred for life. And considering that we just talked about the and the this might get into some pretty hefty stuff, and we might get killed for. I really wish I had a little more information about GDC. It's coming out. Actually, it's coming up today to the 6th. That is Tuesday. No. Actually, it'd be Monday. It's from Monday through the 6th, which is Friday. So it's gonna be Monday to Friday, and obviously the big names are there: Microsoft, Steam, the usual. It's basically a super awesome conference where a bunch of elite developers and gamers and stuff come together. It's not really like a PAX or anything like that. This one is actually like for the professional people.
It's more circled around the exchange of information and ideas than just going for entertainment value.
Right. About they say about 24,000 people attend this, and
People.
It's a lot of, and it's funny because all of them are programmers, artists, producers, game designers, audio professionals, business decision makers, and others involved in the development of interactive games, gathered to exchange ideas and shape the future of the industry. Screw you. I just see in the corner of my eye, I see you start going like that. I'm like, okay, thanks, Yeti. Screw you.
You're welcome.
I think that GDC's got some good potential behind it. I'm kind of excited to see what comes out of it, though, and I am excited when this gets reported next week about what exactly happened. So stay tuned for next week. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Okay, so let's get to the fun part of the podcast and talk about something that is more of an announcement than anything. And I probably should have said this in the beginning, but oh well. I mean, it's JayCast. So. Here's the fun thing. You will be able to watch our podcast on YouTube and see our wonderful, beautiful faces, although I probably look pretty ugly today with this stocking cap and glasses. But regardless of that, on days like today, you can check me out on SoundCloud, bit.ly/JayCast. You will be able to watch every single JayCast that has ever been put up in the entire face of the planet over on JayCast, bit.ly/JayCast, or you can go soundcloud.com/JayCast if you feel like I'm baiting you to get into like some really random inappropriate site or something like that. People have done it, and it's kind of dumb, but you'll be able to watch both sides of it. You can watch one of them on SoundCloud, and you can listen to it while you're working out. And I mean, think about it. You're benching 350 pounds, right? And you were only able to do 250, but when you started listening to JayCast, you could do 350 now. Am I right on this, Yeti?
I don't know about an extra 100 pounds.
Please don't try that, but just know in your heart that it can possibly happen if you have it. If you start at 250 and you listen to the podcast every single week, you will be able to get to 350 within about a year.
That's a pretty long time to get to 350.
Well, I mean, some people don't get swole like others. I probably benched like 7,000.
Well, I benched over 9,000.
Oh, nice job hitting your mic there, Captain Genius.
I didn't hit my mic. I hit my windscreen. So, haha.
You kind of actually hit your mic because I heard it.
Well, it's because my windscreen's
Like
attached
you hit
to
your
my
mic.
stand.
See, I did it too. See,
Good job hitting your mic there.
You hit your mic and then you kind of like followed through, and then you hit your pop filter as you were going through.
Anyway.
But see, I don't have these problems because whenever I'm on the mic, it's amazing. That's probably not a true thing. So I think that today's podcast is going to wrap up. It feels like we wrapped up a little bit shorter today, but it's no big deal. We came.
Well,
we came.
we were going to talk about Xenoverse.
Oh, yes. We didn't even talk about our games this week. How dare we do that? Mr. Hyrule, take it on. Talk about the games you've been playing this week.
Still the same stuff, no new stuff, except a buddy of mine came over last night and we watched Game Grumps play like a Grumpcade episode of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And
That's
I had
a new
already
one
watched it
that's coming out, right?
beforehand. It's already out.
Oh, duh. Yes, continue.
Yeah, it like just came out. And I showed my buddy the video, and within the first like 30 seconds, he was like, all right, buying this game. Went online on his PS4 on the spot and bought the game so we could play it. And it was like, all right. So we played it until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
I don't like you.
It's amazing.
Let me talk about something since I was mentioning that I played Payday earlier. Payday 2 is getting remastered for the Xbox One and the PS4. I'm actually amped about that. Because...
Do you have one of those two systems or both?
Nope.
Then why are you amped about it?
Because it's going to be really cool to look at. And maybe it'll inspire me one day to get a PS4.
I guess. Xenoverse should be able to should be enough for you to get a PS4.
The Last of Us is enough to get me to get a PS4.
Do you know the storyline of Xenoverse at all?
Nope.
Basically what happens is there's these two people that come around and start changing the history of the Dragon Ball Z timeline.
Okay.
And Trunks is part of this organization called like the Time something or other. They're like the Time Police.
Okay.
And he summons Shinron from the Dragon Balls and says, "Give me a strong warrior to help combat the people who are changing history."
And I assume that's what the character that you create.
Yeah, you create your own character in that sense, and then you go and replay all of the parts in the storyline, like from the beginning when Raditz comes all the way up until like the God of Destruction and Whis and all those characters in the Super Saiyan God movie. And it's really cool because they change up the story and your character is part of the storyline and they integrate him into the story. Like
Wow.
one part you're fighting Raditz, and instead of like Piccolo killing Raditz and Goku at the same time, Raditz throws Goku off and Piccolo only hits Goku.
Huh.
And then Raditz goes to kill Gohan, and your character sweeps in and saves Gohan from Raditz, like all within like a CGI type movie. It's really awesome. I would highly
Very
recommend
cool.
that game to anybody who's a fan of Dragon Ball Z.
I will definitely have to keep that in mind then.
They also sell it for PC, so
I
you
know.
can get it on Steam.
I know. I've already seen like I really wish I had the news for it, but Grand Theft Auto 5 got delayed again. So we'll have more information on that next week. But that's a yippee-ki-yay moment for me. For me, this week has been my usuals. The other day I was playing Shipwreck, and if you guys see it on my video, it was absolutely pathetic how you have a long day, and then you come home, you go record a video, and you just end up going crazy. Because you couldn't beat a boss that was a giant bird and did nothing but just land on top of you. That's what kind of day it was.
Birds do.
I don't think
Except for poop on you.
I don't think they land on top of you. I think they will flail their wings at you and do other stuff.
Were you gonna say arms?
I was gonna say something else, but first, like I said, I think it's because I'm wearing a stocking cap today that I think that's why I'm thinking differently today.
Because you got a windsock on your hat?
Yep.
Or on your head?
You jealous?
Of your windsock?
Yeah.
I've got like 4.
Well,
And they're all green.
well, shut up, Link. I played. Oh yes, I didn't even mention that. I played Hyrule Warriors this week as well.
Was it good?
Gosh, I love Hyrule Warriors. The only thing
it's-
I will say, is that the Wii U and the gamepad itself are literally borderline was a better description, I'm sorry. They're borderline on the graphics for it. Meaning that the gameplay will result in lagging at an extreme point. There's not a point where it's just like almost completely ready to lag. It lags at like
So like
semi-consistent.
the system can't keep up with the graphics
Yeah,
engine?
exactly. And especially on the handheld, on the gamepad, it's terrible. You probably run in like a 20 to 25 FPS for it. and on the
Oh, it
TV,
sucks.
you can get like maybe a 30 consistent, and then drop down to like 25 a couple times. It is really annoying. But other than that, the gameplay is very, 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 very nice. Though I will
It seems like
compliment
it's
that.
the exact same as the other Dynasty Warriors games. It just has Zelda characters in it.
Oh yeah, it is. It is exactly Dynasty Warriors. I'm pretty sure that it was copy paste and
Well,
probably
I mean,
wasn't.
it is an actual crossover, so
I know.
it's not surprising.
There is a new Dynasty Warriors that's coming out. If you didn't know about that,
I heard about that very, very briefly.
My brother played it for the PS3, and I think he had the last two. I think he had like 7 and 6. Or sorry, I'm not very literate when it comes to that because I've only played that 7, so I wouldn't actually know for sure. But
I've lost count of how many there are.
I just stopped caring. Usually that's what I do. All right, I think that wraps up today. Thank you for bringing that up. I almost forgot about bringing up our games, and people would have cried. And I already asked you how you are today, so I think we did our job today. We did amazing, and everybody loves it. And we had a bunch of informational stuff. So, hope you guys will be able to check it out. Now with SoundCloud, as I was mentioning before, this will actually be the last podcast that you will see on top of it until next week. I'm going to take this whole week so far and over time be able to create them to go into JayCast, meaning that over this week, there'll be every single JayCast. Like, don't expect every single one to be up by today, as in Tuesday. So, thank you guys so much for watching today. Make sure to check us out on SoundCloud, my Twitter, his Twitter. Click our faces if you want to subscribe to our channels, and we'll probably bring a guest back next week because we're getting lonely again. So, thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'm Jay, wishing you a wonderful day.